Here I am at Kristen's garden. I'm going to give you a view of what it looks like. This is the arbor that you pass under to go into the front door. And we're going to go through the arbor and underneath and see how it looks. I've just come in from the outside where it is beautiful. The sun is out, the flowers are open, the dogwood trees are open, the magnolias are open, the azaleas are opening. It is just beautiful. So I decided I'm going to do a garden that's opening its leaves and bursting forth with color. Anyway, I've gotten started. What I've done so far is I've blocked in the big areas of color. There is obviously some kind of stone wall that pulls you through it, pulling you into the canvas, and this is the mulch on the ground and a path that's taking you back. You're going to go deep into the garden, and what I've done is set up the composition. I've given you this line that takes you up in here and pulls you back down out, so you get the circular pull through going in here. Along the top, it's a big stone wall. In Connecticut, there's lots of stone walls that divide property, and this one's going to be filled with all sorts of flowers that cascade down, and then there's going to be some florals on the bottom that go up, so you'll get a suggestion of the stone wall behind and a suggestion of the path leading back. Right now I'm waiting for it to dry so I can start layering colors on top of it. It's oil paint, and it is a very thin wash. It's wet into wet so far in here, and I'm sort of pulling the stones through and bringing the wall in. The wall's going to be all different sorts of grayed, yellow, greeny stone with blue. There'll be lots of different colors in the stone. It won't just be gray, which you can see is starting to come up in here. Anyway, I'll leave it dry, and I'll get back to work later when it's able to take a little bit more paint. In working on the garden, you can see I've started putting in some foliage. There's a stone path leading off to the right, and the foliage is on the bottom from the left going to right across the page all the way into the back. It's a stone wall that has plants on it, and they'll be hanging over the wall, interspersing in with the hostas at the bottom. So it should be colorful, and it definitely feels like spring has sprung. This is where we are now, which you can see. Here's different kinds of hostas that are coming in. Here's a variegated, which is a black and white hostas. Here's the spider plant going up the wall with some other strange plant, which I don't know what it is, coming in that way. We're going up, we're being pulled from the stones this way, up into, there are daisies up in here, and we're being pulled across. There's some kind of plant that grows down that has little leaves that is hanging over from the planter in here, and that's pulling you up. It's finished. This is Kristen's garden. It's a busy garden. There's lots of activity, there's lots of textures, there's lots of stuff growing. Some of it is in your way in the middle of the path, but the path pulls you to the back, pulls you up along the right side and takes you to the back. The leaves pull you along the back. Everybody seems to be out reaching for the sun. The spider plant is draped down the wall. There's a little palm sitting on top of the stone structure over here, and it's very busy, very colorful, and very energetic. Now this is probably going to be the first of several paintings about the same garden. It's a busy garden with lots of little images to see and paint, and this is the first one. Now I'll take you in for a close-up. I'm going right into the middle of the piece. right into the hostas. There's the stone wall with all the colors in the stone. There's the top of the painting with the small palm on the right hanging down over the brick wall, and the ivy and the edges of the spider plant. I hope you can see a little bit more texture this way. Now we're going down to the beginning of the path. Thank you for coming along into the garden with me. And finding all the things to discover.